Virgo, my loves, welcome into the Ghost Bride Tarot. My name is Millie. This is your monthly reading for whenever you come across this. If you're not a Virgo and you found yourself in here just from the title, welcome in anyway. The way that we're going to run through your messages today is we'll run through some channel messages that my team and I have pulled through for you guys. Take what resonates, leave what does not, and then we'll move into your tarot portion. We're going to incorporate some oracle and some tarot into your reading today, so I'm a little bit excited about that. Moving straight into your channel messages, my darlings, you guys are coming into this beautiful energy of what Spirit is calling the second bloom, the return, they're saying. And there is something here about like a reunion coming into play for some of you now. If this isn't a physical reunion with somebody else or something else, it does seem to be like some kind of reunion. You've come home to something within yourself is what Spirit's saying to me. So put that energy where that fits for you guys. Some of you may not yet be at that place of completion, Spirit's saying. So there is like a really strong message here around pushing through the void, the fertile void, having patience, and something around the potency of this new beginning and like the secrecy around some of it for some of you guys. Okay. I'm going to take a deep breath because your energy is a little bit overwhelming. So there is something here that's telling me that you guys are facing your fears with ferocious force, yeah? And it does feel a little bit forceful in the energy, like there is like a really strong intensity around whatever's coming through for you guys at the moment. Spirit's saying like forge, don't follow. Your path is a brand new road, yeah? There are many avenues, Spirit's now saying. Many avenues, many doors, many opportunities opening up to you guys at this point in time. Spirit's also saying to me like there's a lot of like new terrain, things that are unexplored and things like that. And the way it's coming through is that you're undeterred. Yeah, this is how Spirit's presenting it. Like you're coming through with Spirit's showing me the Knight of Wands, yeah, where there's like a passion and an intensity behind your purpose, yeah, like there's an excitement here that's really telling you that this is the new pathway for you to go down. And it could be like a reunion or a return to a pathway that perhaps you've like been on before, yeah, something like that could be coming into play. Spirit's saying turtles are going to be of significance for you guys this month. I'm also hearing a lot of stuff around thunder and a storm. So if you guys are in that really stormy energy, I would say to like push through, yeah, stay committed to whatever pathway really excites you, whatever. Spirit's saying there's something around you guys being like excited about the challenge. Yeah, all right. So, and then they were talking about your soul's purpose, yeah, and they were saying there's quite the contrast between when you're in alignment with your soul and when you're not in alignment with your soul, yeah. And so when you're not in alignment with your soul will always have like some hidden agenda that works. Spirit saying simultaneously with the ego, yeah. So if you're not working from that place of like your soul's purpose, it still has a hidden agenda. It still has some kind of influence on how you maneuver through the world, although it may be mixed in with the ego. Alternatively, Spirit's talking about when you are in alignment with your soul's purpose and how that collaborative effort then becomes a dance, yeah, and you become, Spirit saying, a powerful player. Okay, beautiful. So Virgo, your energy is lush, like coming into it, yeah, it's overwhelming. Things are a little bit, how you going? But it seems like you guys are really coming into this state of, Spirit saying, coming into your own. That's honestly how it feels. What I'm getting here as well is that you're coming into alignment with more kindred spirits. So what I'm seeing is you coming into further, Spirit saying again, that reunion. Yeah, that reunion piece could be like, yeah, it could be like past life people that you're coming into contact with now because you've aligned yourself with the frequency of coming into play with these really, Spirit saying, high caliber relationships, like soulmate connections, kindred spirits, like those people that you meet and you immediately feel a resonance with. You immediately feel that there's cohesion within the fluidity of the relationship. Yeah, for some of you guys, there's a new job or a new relationship coming through. For those of you that aren't at that stage, it's like some kind of new project or some kind of new hobby. Yeah, because Spirit was talking a lot about developing new capabilities. Yeah, so you're doing something new. There's some kind of new action that you're taking. And Spirit's talking about these new hobbies inspiring new levels of learning. So like you're doing something and then that's inspiring you to like further develop in other areas. Spirit's also talking about Okay, so there's been a lot of stuff coming through around like quick shifts and multiple planes of consciousness. Yeah, this does actually feel like Spirit saying for some of you it's a quick shift through your moods, through your emotions. Yeah, that does actually align with multiple levels of consciousness. As you're moving through like denser emotional planes, you then elevate yourself as you go. Spirit saying something about the importance of forgiveness, whether that's forgiveness of self. Like I do think, see you moving through quite a few different levels of emotional planes. But what Spirit's also saying to me is that there's this connection between the emotions and then the multiple planes of consciousness as well. And as you're accessing different levels of these, I am seeing it be quite a quick shift, yeah, through these different levels. And that can be a good or a negative thing. Put that energy where it fits for you guys, but paying attention to that and having a real awareness of that is going to be beneficial for you guys somehow this month. Spirit's also bringing some stuff in around like seeing shooting stars, yeah. So turtles and shooting stars are definitely going to be your things to look out for this month. I was getting some really weird names coming through, right? So I heard the name Billy Charles, like it's actually like Billy Charles. Yeah, that's how I heard it. And then I also heard the name Thomas. I just want to see if Billy Charles is actually a person. Yeah, so Billy Charles Music is an Australian music person. Okay, Billy Charles is a monster, a mouse caught in a trap, a mirror to the beautiful truth. His songs often expose his multitude of lives with compromised morals and pure hearts. His words lie with one another in an upsetting harmony. His show is as sexy as it wants to be and as dangerous as it needs to be. It's all together. Heaven and hell, hair and toe, love and life. Okay, something about the 9th of May might be significant for you guys. This took a strange turn. Okay, and also the names Katie and Matt may be of significance to you guys in this next cycle, my darlings. Okay, moving on. Where are we going to go next, Spirit? All right, so Spirit's talking a lot about like your heart healing and the frequency of that. Yeah, so as your heart heals, you begin to open, you begin to expand that heart chakra, and you do begin to attract, yeah, different levels of frequencies. Yeah, so these kind of kindred spirits and alignments that you're coming into, it does feel very much like it's at the completion of whatever heart healing you've been journeying through at this point in time. Spirit's showing me also a pink lotus, and then I'm seeing the sun card as well. Spirit saying flower essences, homeopathics and herbal remedies may be of significance or helpful to you as you're moving through this cycle. Also something around baseball, basketball, like a lot of stuff around like ball sports. I was also getting stuff around a mink blanket. Stuff around a teddy bear, and particularly one that was like quite cherished, yeah. And Spirit saying like for some of you there's a teddy bear that's gone missing, or there's just a teddy bear that you are missing or feeling quite nostalgic about, something about that. Memories coming up at this point in time are opening the doorways to forgiveness, is what Spirit's saying to me. Like you're starting to find forgiveness for whatever's re-emerging from the past, is what Spirit's saying to me. The power of prayer is going to be significant for you guys this month. Also writing, yeah, the expression piece has been really, really significant coming into your energy. Spirit's also talking around like sacred waters and rainbows. So paying attention to rainbows, turtles, and also shooting stars is going to be beneficial for you guys this month. Spirit's also saying something around some of you may be receiving flowers this month, and they feel like just a gift. It doesn't feel like it's like they don't feel like apology flowers, let's put it that way. Some of you guys may be making travel plans this month, and I'm seeing them be like large plans is how Spirit's presenting that to me. You may be studying different cultures, learning a foreign language, something like that. That could also be Spirit saying like cultural or religion. Might be studying different religions, things like that. I was getting the song Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone, and then I heard Bill Withers, but I don't actually know if that's who sings it. It is Bill Withers. Spirit's good. I like that I have to check though. And all right, something around masculines and grandfather energy coming through really strongly for you guys this month. So paying attention to anything that comes up internally or externally around these energies is going to be beneficial. I don't think there's much else. We got something about a white van, and then I was also seeing like a custom paint job on a car, and particularly flames. Yeah, a car with flames on it. I keep hearing Corvette as well, and I did actually see a Corvette with flames on it the other day, and it was really cool. I got really excited about that. All right, so yeah, the last message that we've got for you guys is burn your boats, right? Something about like not going back, and I'd never heard the expression burn your boats in my entire life, yeah? And then I just kept hearing it this day, like I kept hearing it. And then I didn't really know what it meant. Whatever, you can kind of figure it out. I've got 11:11 on the timer there for some of you guys as a confirmation. But I heard this burn your boats and no going back thing. And I was saying to people, have you heard of this saying before? And then I came home and I turned on TV and there's a Joe Rogan Netflix special called Burn Your Boats. So yeah, Joe Rogan could also be of significance for you guys this month. I'll keep my personal opinions to myself. Okay, and then absolute last thing. So I heard this Aussie expression, which I'd never heard of before, right? And this was around the same time as the burn the boats thing. And it's called chucking a Bradbury. And it was interesting because it's the Olympics. And this was a term that was coined during I believe it was the 2002 Olympics. Yeah, so the 2002 Winter Olympics. The term to do a Bradbury is a classic and is still used to describe a come-from-behind win. To be the unlikely winner of an event, to win an event coming from well behind, to triumph unexpectedly, especially due to the luck or the misfortune of others. Yes, so it says here, Stephen Bradbury's unlikely moment of glory was the fluke of the 2002 Winter Olympics. Yeah, so there is something here around like you guys having the spirit saying luck is on your side. Yeah, and this like burning the boats and no going back and forging your own path and like facing your fears and like all this kind of stuff, it is kind of giving me this like clean slate energy for you guys. There is something here that's telling me that you guys are well and truly, Spirit saying for some of you, yeah, it's an unfurling and it's a blossoming, yeah, and for others of you, there is some kind of, they're showing me like a bird cage where it is opening, but it's not as, it's rather a freeing as opposed to a blossoming or an opening in some way, which would indicate some kind of constriction prior, wouldn't it? Okay, my darlings, we're going to move into your tarot and oracle portion now. Something as well around new bedding coming through for you guys. All right, my darlings. For your reading today, we're going to use the Black Moon Lilith. Sorry about the lighting again, you guys. I apologize. We'll use this to get the overall energy, and then we'll look a bit further with the tarot and see what's going on for you guys. Show me Virgo, please, my darlings. Once again, my name is Millie. This is the Ghost Bride Tarot. Thanks so much for joining me here, guys. If you haven't already hit the like button, can you please do so? Oh, nice cards already. All right, so we've got Mother of the Gods coming through. Sexual alchemy. See, and this reunion piece that was actually coming into play, right? So Spirit was saying to me earlier, like you found a state of equilibrium, Virgo, and whether that's it's only internally or the internal and the external are starting to like really match up and flow together in a beautiful, cohesive manner. Spirit saying there is something here that's telling me like for some of you it's a reunion with other people, places and things, but for a lot of you this is something that is either blooming within or returning to equilibrium, returning to a state of flow. Show me what else for Virgo. I'll take one more. Yeah, see, and some of you may have felt bound in the recent past. Like there is something here that's like your spiritual goals. There is something here that you feel maybe still in the dark about, yeah, and going back to that thunder and the storm, yeah, so release, clear, and align. So you are releasing things here in this latest cycle, but it feels like it's like Spirit's showing me someone that walks through a cobweb, yeah, and the cobweb doesn't stop them, but you just like release it as you continue to move. Something like that. All right. King, Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, Three of Wands. All right, Spirit is saying a lot of stuff to me around fire, the fire element for you guys. And the power of prayer is definitely going to be significant, particularly those of you that feel that you're still in this state of like perhaps being bound to the past or like not being able to express yourself in the way that you would like to. Show me. Okay, my darlings, let's do internal, external for Virgo, please, loves. There's the Queen. She did want to be seen. Look, Queen, the World, and the King. So they did want to be seen. There is something that you're moving through with a level of confidence that perhaps you've not had or been able to access for a little while, Virgo. It does feel like there's something within this clean slate that's been presented to you that does feel very much like you're harnessing your own personal power. With the Mother of God's card here, she's very much giving me like Empress energy. And then this sexual alchemy card is giving me like the Devil energy, where it feels like you're releasing yourself from something, and it feels like it's with a sense of like full completion, full control, like full acceptance, maybe even like celebration around some of what's happening here for you guys. Internally, you're feeling really good, and like that fire element that Spirit was talking about as well, it really is like it's flanking this energy here. Perhaps you're being fired up. For some of you, you're fired up by your own past at this point in time. You're definitely fired up by your own achievements. Maybe that's the second bloom. Maybe that's the return. Like maybe you've shifted your perspective on something and you've been able to return to a viewpoint that perhaps you'd, been at. There is something here. All right, externally. Okay, what Spirit's saying to me is like internally, and like this getting fired up by your own ideas and this ferocious force piece coming through, yeah? Externally, there's been some kind of ending. There's been some kind of shift, and it does feel like it was something to do with like either work or a relationship that was perhaps long-standing or something that you really cared about for quite the while. What I'm saying is that internally, that could even be the reason for your Spirit saying determination to like move through this next cycle. There is something within this that's telling me that for a lot of you, okay, all right, what Spirit's saying is that for a lot of you, although the ending was painful, you now see how it was necessary. Yeah, there's something here around you being like, completely free, and that birdcage thing is coming back through from the channeled messages. Like externally, something's come to an end. For some of you, it was maybe even an abrupt stop. Yeah, what happened for you externally seems to have like realigned something internally. It seems to have like brought some sense of fulfillment, some sense of completion, some sense of, it's given you a level of confidence that you didn't have before. I'm hearing courage. I'm seeing the strength card. I'm seeing a lot of like determined energy here to like You're being fueled by this. Whatever's happened externally, that's fueling you internally here. And it's something that finished. It's something that's come to a close. And it's something that is now right. So some cards fill in my lap. So we have the Tower, the Empress, the Four of Cups, and the King of Cups. See, that's that abrupt end. For some of you, this could have been something abrupt. For a lot of you, it was definitely something that affected the home. For others of you, it was something that you just did not account for, something that you perhaps didn't see coming. And although it came in with the Tower, yeah, although it was very disruptive, it somehow alchemized the energy, yeah, whether there was something that needed to be completely taken away, something that you didn't account for being a problem in some way, yeah, and that element having come to a close is putting you, Spirit saying, into a position of power and authority, but it feels like it's bringing you a sense of peace along with that. With this Mother of God's card and the World, there's a sense of, Spirit just keeps saying completion, fulfillment, like there's a sense of acceptance here with whatever's happened, and maybe even like seeing it as a gift. Yeah, although it was negative, and although it was uncomfortable, although it was really something that perhaps Spirit saying rocked the boat, disrupted the boat, and that burning the boat's message and no going back piece is coming through. Now you understand why. There's a deep level of understanding as to why this is somehow better for you. See the release, clear and align piece, and that alignment with kindred spirits. See, internally, it feels like you've got this complete sense of who you are in this next cycle and how you're going to move through this next cycle. It seems like you've got all these great ideas. It seems like you're like leading the charge in some way. And they are showing me that forge, don't follow piece again, yeah? Where maybe even you're stepping away from people, places and things that had really aligned with you for a long time, and seeing that although it's painful, these things need to come to an end. And that's bringing you joy. That's bringing you a sense of liberation. That's bringing you a sense of peace, or like maybe you're now really starting to see the fruits of your labor. Okay. For some of you, an envelope is going to be important, and Spirit's also saying to me now a boat, so that the travel piece is going to be significant. Okay, so this is a completion. This is something that you've worked hard at, and maybe even been like willing to make sacrifices here with the 10 of Swords. Yeah, 6 of fucking Wands. That is a completion. There's a victory here. You've overcome something, though, is what Spirit's saying. And this was not something quite like, this was not something small. This could have been a disruption to your entire world as you knew it, is how Spirit's presenting it to me. Spirit's saying what you've got now is a complete... Spirit's saying there's even a sense of gratitude that accompanies... I'm sorry about the light. There's even a sense of gratitude that accompanies this. Okay, show me what I need to see here. So for some of you, like this could even be like bringing up things in regards to memories and things like that. Like there could be like returning to places even that are bringing pain or bringing up memories and things within you. Because with this 66 here, it's like there is a victory, but it's also connected to something of the past, Spirit's saying. Something of the past. What does that mean? Yeah. See, it's maybe even, right? Spirit's saying for a lot of you now, it's not so much like a concern about the stability that's been gained, yeah, or the alchemy that's come into play. It's how do we sustain that? How do we keep this fluidity going in relationships external to us, in endeavors that we take on? All of these things are coming into play in the way of like you've actually done quite a big reassessment here, Virgo. From what I'm seeing, you've taken a complete reevaluation of the people, places, and things and decided what aligns with you and what doesn't. And I see you actually having been quite ruthless in that decision-making process. What I'm seeing here is that you have released, you've cleared things from your life that have put you in alignment with new things coming in. These new things that are coming in are going to be things that are, you know, victories for some of you, achievements, things that you've completed, success, personal development, all that kind of stuff, like a lot of victory coming through in this next cycle. Simultaneously, Spirit's saying you will be receiving gifts in the form of people, places, experiences that then further align with all of the hard work that you've done in this latest cycle. There is something here that's telling me that some of you may be feeling like, Spirit's saying weary. Maybe that's to do with, it feels like it's to do with the completion, but the people that were involved with that completion. Like there is something here that maybe you're still tossing up about the past, maybe still tossing up about the endings that have come into play. Show me advice here for my darling Virgos. What do we need to see in the way of advice here? See the Two of Wands. Spirit's saying like taking your time with your considerations is going to be really, really significant. I would not be rushing through anything at this given point in time, Virgo. What it seems like is the success is already here. Yeah, it seems like the alignment has already been achieved. For a lot of you, this alignment has come into play because you've been able to step away from relationships, circumstances, people, places, whatever the case may have been, things that were really quite dear to your heart or potentially had been there for a long time. For some of you, it's like a complete shift, like you've moved somewhere completely brand new and like left the old life behind. For most of you, it feels like what you've done here is you've harnessed your personal power using a negative experience from the past to reshape how you then move through the world. Yeah, and the way that you're now moving is with this air of confidence, this air of authority that is recognized and respected by others. Yeah, it's also like maybe even an inspiration to others is what Spirit's saying. Your worry at this given point in time is, how do I sustain this equilibrium? How do I maintain this equilibrium? And it is a maintenance, is what Spirit's saying to me. It's one step at a time. Spirit's advice here is Spirit's saying have a backup plan. So for some of you, like there is some, Spirit saying for some of you, there's like, this is you like starting a business or something like this and having like a very set plan of which way it's going to go. Spirit saying having a backup plan is probably going to be your best way to maintain the stability of it. Potentially even just in the way of your mindset. Yeah, if you're not feeling like you've got something to fall back on, maybe then you won't have the confidence to proceed in the way that you should. There is something here that's telling me that like thinking outside the box is definitely going to be the way to go for you, but also like following what actually is telling you to move in whatever way. Don't listen to other people. Like your entire reading is fire here. It's all fire. Yeah, which is telling me that you are absolutely grounded in your root chakra with this energy that's coming into play, with this healing that's coming into play. You've cycled out of some really heavy things is what I'm seeing, Virgo. And it does feel like you're starting to see the brighter day. You're starting to welcome the brighter day. Yeah, but you do still have this little sense of perhaps trepidation or fear, or like maybe not like thinking that it can last or thinking that you'd be able to maintain it. Show me unexpected from the universe, please, here for Virgo. Show me unexpected. Justice and the Star. It's a brand new pathway is what Spirit's saying to me. And for a lot of you, this new pathway, yeah, so this forge don't follow. For a lot of you, this new pathway is one that was perhaps unexplored, not, Spirit's saying like not expected. And they're showing me now like a secret doorway. So it's like you've gone somewhere, achieved something, and then with that, by putting yourself into that environment, now there's like a secret door that's being opened to you, and it's up to you whether or not you go down that pathway. But for a lot of you, you're feeling quite called into whatever this is. For some of you, this is like a world apart from what you've been doing or what you've known your entire life. Yeah, this is 100% coming back through from the channel messages, right? About like the different cultures, the different religions, the different, like the study of these things. For some of you, it's a complete immersion in these things. Yeah, and for some of you, that is absolutely the pathway that you should follow, because not only are you being led there intuitively, but it's a pathway that you've carved out for yourself with the help of the universe. The way this is coming through, my darlings, is like there is a return. It's a return to the path, is even how it's feeling. See, and it is about environment as well. Like the environment piece is really important. Secret doorways and pathways, I don't know why they keep banging on about that, but it is something about like access points. Yeah, it's like you've achieved this latest, you've enabled yourself in this latest cycle of achievement to then put yourself into alignment with whatever this is. And there is decisions that are involved with this, and I do see you really finding, maybe even finding it tough to know which way to go. Your energy's all fire. Maybe because it's going to put you in the spotlight. For some of you, that could potentially be like what this is. Maybe because it's, you feel this deep calling though, right? Because with this level of, like, see the heart space here, with this level of knowing that comes with the Star card, the World, and the Queen of Wands here, particularly this Mother of God's card as well, yeah? With this level of knowing, Spirit's saying for some of you, like, it's been an uphill battle to get to this point, and now you're like preparing to continue that battle. There is no more fight from what I can see. It does feel like you've got, Spirit's saying it's a lot of responsibility, but you can handle this. You can handle this is what I'm saying. Like, this is your destiny is how it's coming through. See, and then, right, so going back to the channel messages, Spirit saying to me, it's like, it's up to you whether or not you let fate run its course, or whether or not you harness your destiny and become an active player in the way that develops. And remembering that you've got a higher self that came here with a plan for your life. Yeah, it's your ego self that will deter you from that path. And you know this to be true is how it's coming through. Like, there is this deep sense of knowing within you. There is this deep sense of, like, Spirit saying, like, for some of you perhaps worrying too much about like alternative options or backup plans, when really you can see this clearly defined pathway, and that is the pathway for you to take, is what Spirit's saying. And it's brightly lit as well. You feel comfortable on that path. You feel steady as you traverse down that pathway. There is something here around like the perseverance piece being really important. See, and honestly, the vibe that it gives me, right, is that some of you may be yet to see the fruits of your labor. Like, maybe that's what's stopping you, or maybe that's what's preventing this from feeling like it's 100% successful. But it is, and you can see that it is. It feels right. It sits well. It's, for some of you, like, financial abundance is being, Spirit saying, procured as a result of this. Show me what else I need to say for Virgo. There's the Sun. My darlings, I would even say to like start getting excited about all of the different avenues that this is going to open up for you, because it feels like you know which pathway is the right pathway for you, and don't be deterred by that, the opinions of others, you know, the plans of others, the circumstances, all these things that are put in our pathways to deter us from that of the highest calling. There is something here around you having to harness your fire energy, Virgo, in whatever capacity feels right for you. Like even just lighting candles and things like that is going to bring in these fiery elements. There's something around this that's going to take an unexpected turn for you, and it's going to be an unexpected twist that absolutely leads you further down this pathway. Perhaps that unexpected twist is that doorway, that secret doorway that then is presented to you because you've done all of the work to get yourself to this level. My darlings, I'm going to leave this one here. It feels like you're on the path to success. It feels like there were necessary endings and sacrifices to get you there. It also feels like you have a deep understanding of those sacrifices. You're intuitively led through this, trusting in your intuition, trusting in your pathway, and also trusting in what fires you up. What are your passions? What excites you? What gets you going in the morning? And also like using, Spirit saying as well, like using perhaps some of the more painful experiences in your past as fuel then for your fire to move forward, and doing so from a place of peace and forgiveness and self-acceptance will have a much better effect than doing so from a place of resistance and regret and remorse and things like that. So like really using the past as your guide for the future is how Spirit's presenting it. Learning from your past in both negative and positive ways is how Spirit's presenting it, which can be, quite painful. Maybe that's some of those things that were coming up in that Ten of Swords that we were seeing there. For a lot of you, what's coming through here is that there's some kind of new venture, new pathway, something new that's going to come in as a result of endings, things that you've cleared out. So if you're still in the period of like clearing things out, taking your time with that, and also being like really, really Spirit saying clear and concise about what stays and what goes, and that's Spirit's bringing in that thing like Marie Kondo, like what sparks joy, and really diving into your fire element is going to be the best way for you guys to go. So the only two connections that I've got in this readings for you guys in this cycle is the Aquarius reading and also the Leo reading. So check those two out if that feels appropriate for you. All right, my darlings, there is something here around like you like deciding to celebrate. Like maybe it's up to you whether or not this is something that you allow yourself to celebrate in a way that it's almost like, I'll tell you what it feels like, Virgo. It feels like you've done so much hard work and you've been in this cycle of push, 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 try, give, give, give. And it's like now you're at the stage of receive. You're at the stage of like release. You're at the stage of things flowing freely now, but you don't want to believe it. There is something around this that's telling me that like your mindset could potentially be coming into question here around like maybe not even recognizing how far you've come and all of the achievements that you've got. Like for some of you, it's simply just feeling destabilized in this new area, not really like it's Spirit saying finding your footing. So take your time through that. You don't have to be perfect on your first day. No one expects you to be perfect on your first day is how Spirit's presenting it. What I'm getting here is that there is a lot to celebrate around you guys. There is a lot to celebrate in the way of personal achievements, personal breakthrough, personal development that's now aligned you with all of these good things that are coming into you. For some of you, maybe you don't trust yourself to hold or take care of or sustain these good things that are coming through, but that's, negative self-talk from the previous cycles that you've gone through. So really realigning what fits and what doesn't fit and being really discerning with that. Spirit is saying for some of you, like alternative plans are going to come into play here. And I want you to be excited about these alternative plans. I don't want you to fear it because your intuition has led you here, whether you've been a conscious co-creator with this pathway or whether divine interventions come into play. There is something here around your alignment being really, really significant at this point in time. I am going to leave that one there for you guys, my darlings. Sending you all my love. Let me know if you want a love or career or anything reading. And yeah, being gentle with yourself, because as you're pushing through these negative emotions and like clearing out the pathway to this brighter day, there will be things that perhaps come into question in the way of like, do I want to keep this or do I want to release this? Yeah, holding on to the past will only serve for a certain amount of time. Yeah, we hold on to what's necessary and then we release what we can't carry or isn't necessary to carry. Something around your soul, like there is, your soul's purpose is leading the way here. Trusting in your emotions is definitely going to be, Spirit saying it's the boat that carries you through these tumultuous waters, but there is something here around like, Spirit saying like your level-headedness throughout this. Show me what I need to see closing out messages for Virgo, please, my darlings. The reunion piece, it does feel like for a lot of you, it's a coming home to self. It does feel like this making a choice is like whether or not you allow yourself to celebrate and step fully into this latest cycle or this latest version of yourself. And there's like a wholeness that comes through with this. Like there's a stability, there's a foundation that comes through with all of the work that you've done here. And you do feel that. Yeah, like you've come straight out of the gate with the Mother of Gods. Fairies are going to be significant for you guys as well. Anything else for Virgo? All right, so Spirit's saying as well, like release the past in whatever capacity that takes. If you're releasing with sadness, allow yourself to release with love and compassion and sadness if that's what's coming through. If you know you're releasing with anger, allow yourself to release the past with a sense of anger that it happened or whatever, but then try to find that piece of forgiveness. There's something here around like you being really protective of yourself and your emotions through this next cycle, and whether or not that's something that's going to serve you is only and totally defined by you. What Spirit's saying here is like use your emotions to your advantage. I would very much say that what's happening here for you guys is a release from bondage, pain, things of the past, even like thoughts and things that you've had of yourself in the past that are now feeling like you're feeling able to release them is how Spirit's presenting it. All right, any last messages? Spirit's also saying something about a jewelry box being significant for you guys. Yeah, so taking your time to spend time in nature, yeah, Spirit's saying for a lot of you, yeah, there's been too much time in solitude. There's been too much time spent wallowing in some of these negative energies and perhaps like not allowing yourself to see how beautiful the future is or even the present is how Spirit's presenting it to me. It's like you're not really allowing yourself to enjoy the moment, live in the present. Like there's something around you either being too focused on the past or too preoccupied with the future. Really like discerning what's going to fit for you guys in regards to that is definitely going to be key moving through this next cycle. My darlings, ride these waves, yeah? Ride these waves, particularly in the way of emotions, yeah? Learning from them and like expressing them in whatever way feels appropriate for you is definitely going to be helpful. Writing them down, things like that is definitely going to help in the way of like moving through them in a more fluid pace, Spirit's saying. All right, my loves, I am going to leave that there. Commitment to self is being called into question at this point in time, and it seems like you really are quite committed to self. So don't let external factors, other people's opinions, circumstances, whatever, come into play to the point where they then knock you off your course, yeah? And Spirit's saying for a lot of you, like you do see that pathway. It's very well lit, yeah, and there's something around like you've been down this pathway before, perhaps even just a few steps, and then you've backed up. This time Spirit's saying they want you to go the full way, yeah? And you know that that's the right pathway for you guys. So take that as it resonates, my darlings. My name is Millie. I love you guys very much. Let me know if you resonated with that. Let me know if you want anything else. And I'll catch you guys when I'm looking at yours. Love yous.